Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss about the next algorithm belongs to the deadlock avoidance, that is resource request algorithm. So in this resource request additionally we have one more data structure, that is request. So already we discussed some of the data structure, which is nothing but max, allocation, available, need. So in addition to that we have one more data structure, that is request. So request represents whether the process is requesting how many number of resources in the beginning itself. So we know already, so what is the value of max? Max is nothing but the total number of resources which it needs, and allocation is nothing but some of the resources, to some extent it will allocate the resources, not at the max. It will not satisfy with the max value. But request is, while it is allocating, it is requesting some more resources. It is requesting some more resources. That is what the request data structure. So I will explain with the example. So here we have the process P naught. So we have the max value as 753, but we have allocated only one resources of type B. Suppose P naught is requesting 2 more resources of A and 3 more resources of C. So it is requesting at the beginning itself. So if you allocate the 2 more resources of type A and 3 more resources of type C, we need to check whether this request will lead to the safe state or unsafe state. We need to check it out, and afterwards only we can allocate the requested resources. Okay. So how we have to check it? According to this request resource algorithm, if request is less than or equal to need, first step is we need to check if the request is less than or equal to need. So need, already we know the value which we got after the subtracting the max value with the allocation. So that is what need value. So we have to check whether request is less than need. If it's so, go to step 2, otherwise raise an error condition. So it is exceeding the maximum claim, so which we cannot it is not possible to allocate the resources. So if the condition is satisfied, we can proceed with the further step. What is the second step? Again we need to check whether the request value is less than available. Yes, currently available resources are there or not, we need to check. Okay, then go to step 3. So if the condition is true, satisfied means, then we can allocate all the number of resources to the particular process. Then after the allocation, so we will be having the value of available as available minus request. Allocation is allocation plus request, and need equal to need minus request. So all the values of these data structures will be changed as per the number of resources whatever it is requesting, right? So if you allocated up to that request, then available will be subtracted from the request, and what could be the remaining resource, that is what available value. Allocation will be added with this request, and need is nothing but need minus request. Okay. So we are taking the same example here. So what we are checking, so whether it proceeds with the same value. So we are actually following the same sequence, that is P1, P3, P4, P2, P0. As per this request, so whatever the resources we have allocated initially, as per this allocation, it is not going to the unsafe state, it remains in the safe state itself, so we can avoid the deadlock easily, right? But if the request has been changed by any of the process, say for example, if the request has been given as for the P1 process, instead of this 200, for the P1 process it is requesting 302. It is requesting 302. So what happens here? So from the maximum need, from the maximum requirement, it is requesting 302. So first, in the first step we need to check whether it is less than need. So what is the need value? It is 122. It is less than or equal to need value. If the request once again, so after the allocation of all these, your need value will be changed. So will be changed to 3 minus 3, that is 0, isn't it? And 2 minus 0, that is 2, and 2 minus 2, that is 0. So need value will be changed according to this request. Okay. And now, so if you allocated these 302 value for the P1 process. So your availability value will also be changed to what is the availability value, that is 230. So this is what you will be getting, 230 after the allocation of this 302, because we have allocated one more resources of type A, so it will become 2, and we have allocated 3, right. I mean we have not allocated anything, so it will remain same value, and we have allocated 2 of resource type C, so it will become 0. So now the availability is 230. So with these values, so now we need to check what is the first step. First step is, if request is less than need, yes, the request value is less than need or not. So that is what we are checking. If it is less than need, okay, go to step 2. So and also we are just checking out whether this request value is less than availability. Okay, so now if you follow this sequence of execution, whether it will remain in the safe state or unsafe state, that we need to check. Okay, so we can check it easily. So what is this request 302 we have? So that is what the first process that we need to execute, right. So we have allocated already 302. What could be the need? 020. So here availability is 230. So need is less than availability, so we can proceed, right. So we will be getting the allocation, and after the completion of the P1 process, we will be getting the values of 5, 3 and 2. So we are getting it, right. And afterwards we are allocating for the process P3 and P4, P2, P0. So still it will remain in the same state only. Still it will remain, even though if you allocated the number of process number of resources of this process P1 as 302 initially, and if you proceed with the sequence, the same sequence of execution, it will remain in safe state. But if you get more number of requests by the process, say for example if P4 is requesting 330, say for example if P4 is requesting instead of 002, it is requesting 330, okay, and P0 is also requesting 020. So instead of 010, it is requesting 020. So what happens here? See, request is nothing but the max value. It is different from max value. So maximum requirement is 433 only, and maximum requirement of P0 is 753 only. But during the execution, or before starting its execution, it may request some of the resources, right. Suppose if you allocate, if you grant that request, so what does it mean? If you allocate the P0 process as 020 and P4 process as 330, so we need to check whether the system will lead to the safe state. I think it is not possible, because we don't have such that much availability. Resources is not available, or not available here. We cannot grant the request by the process P4. It is not possible. It is exceeding the number of resources which whatever we have available. We have currently in the of type A, B, C and all, right. So it is exceeding, so which some of the request is not possible to be allocated. So we need to check, then only we can allocate it, whether it leads to unsafe state or not. If it leads to unsafe state, then it will be deadlock will occur in the system. So we should avoid it by not granting all these requests. Okay, and also if you change the order of sequence, we can check it easily whether it leads to a safe state or unsafe state. Okay, thank you.